and welcome to everyone to this call right now. It is 1 a.m. in the UK, and I'm feeling strong. Everybody, you've got more and more people coming in right now. Brilliant. That's really nice to see you. Just to say again, welcome to everybody for coming to our webinar this evening. We will be talking about Craigslist. So we've got something very exciting in a pipeline for you. And I'm going to very quickly explain what the Mastermind Fever team is all about. So what we do every Monday at 8 p.m. EST, we host webinars either from ourselves or from the people within the Mastermind Fever team. So now the idea is that to challenge everybody within the team, not only to be listeners, but to be actors of their own life and to take responsibility and share something new that they may have come across during the week or in the past few months, and basically promote yourself as leaders so you can then display the information on your blog, on your fan page, on YouTube, so on and so forth. You need to build your credibility online, and doing webinars is a great way to stand out and to show that you are a leader. And without any further ado, we're going to have the wonderful Craigslist Master Ninja Guru, Dee Motley, who is going to share with us some information about Craigslist. Dee, can you hear me?
Aurora, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, great. Okay, well, thank you for that warm welcome. I appreciate that. Everybody, my name is Dee Motley. My first name is actually Dorella, but most of you know me as Dee. So it's a pleasure to be here. It's a pleasure to be of this mastermind group, which is totally awesome. Just a little background. I met Aurora. Aurora, it's going on about a year now that we've met. I remember when I started my venture seriously on online, and I found you online, and you were actually one of the only people that responded to me, and we had a lovely conversation on Skype, and so really um, amazed, thrilled, and honored. My name is Dee Motley, and you
Good
guys have
evening.
my information below on the screen. So at any time you want to contact me outside of the webinar, feel free to. I'll share some Craigslist tips. I call them ninja strategies. But what I have found is a lot of people need to know how to market on Craigslist. I get a lot of questions about Craigslist marketing, whether or not it's effective, whether or not we should be concerned about ghosting, what it actually is, just a lot of questions. And so I've prepared a short presentation for you, and I think we're going to follow up with that with Google Hangout. At least I'm going to have one for my team in about a week or so, and you guys will be invited to that. So thank you very much for attending, and I hope you find loads of value for the presentation tonight. Next slide, please. Okay, the conversation about Craigslist is really important because most of us that are online marketing and have finally figured out a strategy that works for us know that we have to get leads in order for our businesses to be successful. But when we get leads, there are things we have to do with the leads because they're real flesh and blood people. So we're going to talk about that. And as questions come up in the chat, I don't mind if Aurora stops me to ask me questions. So please, you can take notes if you'd like. There's some tools that we're going to use. But at the end of this webinar, I'm going to give a link to all of the tools that we talk about. So you really don't have to take copious notes. I'm going to give you everything that you need at the end of the webinar, okay? So let's start the conversation. Here's some of the questions that I've gotten over the last couple of months that I've been using Craigslist. And Craigslist has been really profitable for me, I will tell you that. I gained quite a few leads, and I'm going to show you how and just the number of leads that I've gotten in one of my accounts over, let's say, 30 to 45 days. Probably about 240, 200 something, I don't know. I'm going to show you in a little while. But people want to know, why do we use Craigslist online marketing? And the answer simply is that it is one of the number one ways to get leads. I mean, there are a lot of ways to get leads paying free, but Craigslist, I'm telling you, gets over 50 million visitors a month, and we're going to talk about that. So with a pool of people on Craigslist looking for the very same thing we have to offer them, we want to position ourselves to be in that vehicle to gain leads. What is ghosting and flagging? Well, ghosting and flagging things that happen to marketers on Craigslist is something that happens. And folks, look, I don't care you that they can prevent ghosting and prevent flagging. It's not going to happen. We're going to get ghosted. We're going to get flagged. Accounts are going to get down. It just happens. But I'm going to show you a way that when that happens, we just keep it moving. How do I minimize the risk of getting ghosted or flagged? There are many ways to minimize the risk. And in everything we do, we want to minimize the risk of losing our fortitude as marketers. Um, what to do if ads are consistently ghosted? We're going to talk about that, but the short answer is if you're consistently ghosted, you got to look at how you're marketing, what your ads are saying, what your headlines are saying. So you have to be conscious of what you're saying, because not only are viewers of Craigslist looking at your ads, but Craigslist is monitoring as well. We want to learn how to post cities for free, guys. In order to post in a paid city, you have to pay $25. We've learned how to post for free in paid cities where the paid city traffic is actually coming to your offer. I think that's really hot, and we're going to talk about that. How to capture and convert people from Craigslist. That means we capture the leads and we engage them, just like any. A lot of people got lost in Craigslist and still do, is that they post, but they don't really know how to capture the leads. Okay, so we have to respect the people on Craigslist as being, flesh and blood people, and we want to engage them. And we know that our leads have to learn how to market, have to learn how to be successful online and how to earn income. People on Craigslist are looking for jobs. That's a little bit different. Okay, they're not looking to earn. They're looking to exchange their time for money. And so we want to show them a new way to, engage in marketing so that they can experience that a lot of us do as well. Next slide. People have asked me who is Dee, and I'm glad you guys asked, those of you who don't know me. I am a mother of two beautiful children, Kiana and Emmanuel. They're both grown. Kiana's 27, Emmanuel's 23. And I'm a new grandmother of a beautiful baby named Amaya Durrell. And yes, she is my namesake, and I love her so much. She just left a little while ago, and she tired me out today, so hopefully that can come across in the presentation. But I've been a network marketer since 2002, probably a little before that, but serious in 2002, with various companies, like a lot of us, trying to find a new way to make some money so that we can retire ourselves from being a W-4. So I did generate some income, but I invested lots of money, and it was a good and training experience for me. But money went out, but a lot of knowledge came in. In 2004, I remember my son asked me this question, and I'll give you a little backdrop. My son at the time was about 10 or 11 years old, and network marketing takes a lot of time, and sometimes it can keep you away from your family and the things that you hold dear. Well, my son, I guess, got tired of me being away at meetings and PBRs and being on the phone all the time. He said to me one day, "Ma, when are you going to start having your own business? When are you going to have a real business?" And that really hit me. So in 2004, I got a witty idea from God to start a different, unique business. And so I started my own business here in the city that I live in. And it's still flourishing today. I'm having a great time with it. But I do want to retire myself. And in 2008, I answered the call to become a full-time caregiver for my parents and my grandmother. And at that time, I did have to quit my full-time job, and I began to develop my offline business. But about a year ago, I really became serious about online marketing because I realized just marketing as a network marketer, that income potential was there. You know, it was possible for me. But I didn't really understand how to be effective as an online marketer. And I did many online probably 2007. I just became serious about a year ago. And thank God that I did able to really relax a little bit, earning some income. And now I'm able to share my life, my children, my new grandbaby, and with my grandma. Next slide, please. Here's the first question that I think we need to talk about is why post ads on Craigslist? And like I said before, Craigslist gets about 5 visitors on a monthly basis. I think I said 50 billion, but about 5 billion visitors. And I gave you a screenshot of Alexa ranking for Craigslist.org, and it ranks it 44th in the world, 10 in the United States. Now, what I found really interesting is that it's 52,000 links to that site. That's pretty amazing. So people on Craigslist are looking for jobs. Some are looking for opportunities and things to buy. We can gain massive leads for our BizOps or CPAs. Now, those of you who know me, I like to market CPAs with cost per action or cost per acquisition, however you want to term it. But I needed a way to finance my market because marketing online or marketing anywhere, you know, it costs money, and I didn't want to spend my own money. So a quick way for me to earn income and be able to afford it, offer CPAs. And CPAs are you know, next to free to join, and then you get paid to acquire emails or maybe zip codes, you know, the gender. So once those people opt in, you get paid. So you actually get paid for leads. You don't get paid anything. So for me, that's really great. Most online marketers do focus that market on Craigslist, focus on the job section. And Craigslist likes for you to keep your posting local. So that means whatever city or you know you live in, they want you to post in that city. And I think that's a good thing because Craigslist gives you a little leeway when you keep your marketing and your posting in a local city. There are ways to post outside of your local city and state, and we're going to share that a little further on in the presentation. Next slide, please. Here's some ghosting basics for us. The definition of ghosting that I found that I thought was very appropriate: the deliberate hiding of ads posted to Craigslist for the purpose of preventing overposting and other abuse of the service. That's very true. Now, ads can be ghosted because the poster is posting in the same ad from multiple locations or multiple categories. The poster is overposting, or the ad contains content or keywords that are prohibited in Craigslist terms of use. So you have to be careful about that. You also have to be careful about having links all over your ads. Craigslist doesn't like that. Posts could contain keywords that trigger Craigslist filters. In some cases, there's just no apparent reason for ads being ghosted. But let me tell you something that I found out. There are a lot of people that get afraid of ghosting. You don't want to be afraid of it because it's absolutely going to happen. Even all of the big gurus that we talk to or read about or train from, if they're posting on Craigslist, they're getting ghosted too. But the success of Craigslist is to have multiple, and we'll talk about that. People have asked about flagging, and here's a little about flagging on Craigslist. Happens for a number of reasons. A post can be flagged because it's miscategorized or prohibited, it's spam, post. But here's the big issue of flagging on Craigslist is that there are individuals, they flag your ads because they're competition. And a lot of times they recognize your ad as a coming ad and they'll flag it. Just that simple. So there's a good chance that some of your ads will get flagged, and there's a good chance that all of them will get flagged. And you know, you can have accounts shut down. Matter of fact, that happened to me the other day, and I had to message Aurore quickly to let her know But I was a little concerned about being able to show you everything that I need to show you tonight because one of my accounts was flagged and Craigslist actually has put it on hold. I will say that I'm not really worried about that because I have multiple ads on Craigslist and multiple accounts. We'll talk about that. So here's some of the tools needed to minimize the risk of ghosting, and I should have put flagging there as well. Mindset training is number one. Mindset training called every single day for an hour. Begins at 9, ends at 10, and believe me, it sets the tone for my day. You have to have the proper tools and training. Even though you have proper tools that you can buy and some you could get for free, you have to have the proper training. You just can't receive training from just anybody, okay? And I do have a source for you for Craigslist training, and remind me, Aurora, that I'm going to give the course because I didn't write it down anywhere in the presentation. See clears cookies, and I call them caches, but maybe they're caches, I don't know, on your computer. So you need to have C cleaner, and I do, have that for you at the end of the presentation. You're going to need an IP changer for those of you who want to post in multiple cities, paid cities or free. You have to clear your IP address, you have to clear your cookies and IPs. You got to be able to change your IP. And there's a software that I use called HMAS that does that. And most of you don't like, people don't like that name, but it's the best software online to be able to change your IP address. Picture are a must have. A lot of people go on Craigslist and they type their ads. It's nothing wrong with that, but when you type your ad, sometimes people put a lot of links in their ad. And if you don't really know what you're doing, your ad can be posted at 10 o'clock and it's ghosted or flagged. So you want to be careful. So those of us that are successful do use image ads. You want to be able to track your ads. So we use Craigslist ad tracker for that. That lets us know how many clicks we get on an ad, and we get our click-through rate. And you have to know your numbers when you're marketing anyway online, and Craigslist ad tracker is a great way to do that. You can actually use it for free for a little while. It's a real good marketing tool to have, and it's not expensive. My favorite is Jing. There's some others out there, and I'm not going to talk about those, but I Jing. It's very simple. It's free, and you can use it to capture images. But one of the things that I've done is I've learned how to use done-for-you ads, okay? I don't really have time to look for different pictures in Google images and all that kind of stuff. Capture the images, name them, all of that. I like done-for-you ads. I like done-for-you images, and I'm going to show you guys how to do the same thing. Autoresponders. You got to have an autoresponder because you want to be able to engage them. People need to learn about you. They need to like you, to trust you. And the only way that they can do that is if you capture them and that you engage with them. You have a conversation with them over time. And eventually, they're going to want to join your team. Okay. Aweber, I think, is awesome. Aweber is really good because Aweber has tracking links or URLs that they rotate. So it's really hard for Craigslist to catch up with your ad if it's linked to your Aweber account, and I'll show you how to do that. How to select cities to post in. Alexa tells it all. If you go to alexa.com, and I want to be able to, I don't know that I'll be able to in this presentation, but alexa.com is a great resource to research any company that you are working with, but it definitely tells you a lot about Craigslist. So if you go to alexa.com and you craigslist.org and you scroll down the page to go to where do visitors go on Craigslist, it's going to give you a list of every city that Craigslist has that posts, okay? So when you find that information, it gives you the percentage of visitors that each city has, and that tells you the volume of traffic that those cities have. And those are the cities that you want to choose that are going to give you the best bang for your buck, or if you want to spend bucks, it's going to give you a best bang for that too. Free ads versus paid ads. Why free ads? Great for leads and sales. But when you're posting a free ad, you're going to get about 20 to 50 ads a day on average. But there is a higher risk of flagging and ghosting. Paid ads are great for leads and sales as well, but believe me, when you spend $25 on a paid ad in a city, you're going to get from about 75 to 200 leads on average. So you have to know what you're doing when you get those leads. And also, paid ads minimize the risk of flagging or ghosting. You want to know why? Because Craigslist wants your business. They're in business to make money, and they do that with paid ads. How to create ads and still have a life? Well, you can do it a couple of ways. You can sit for hours and hours with something to say, or you could do a COA, which is copy other people's ads. Now, sometimes we can go on Craigslist and look through the different ads that are posted, and we can copy those ads maybe in our notepad or in Word, and then we can massage a little bit for them to say what we need them to say to reflect our ad. But what I like to do is use the niche ad generator and image ads. The generator generates ads for just about every niche that there is. And I think that's really important for marketers to know waiting ads. You don't have to do it yourself. You do have tools that'll help you do that. And there is a niche ad generator that it's called Craigslist Bananas. This guy named Cater Comier created it and probably about a month ago. And it's the most wonderful generator I've ever seen. I say that because the ads are very unique. His generator is full of ads, and his generator gives titles. They give you headlines. Some niche ad generators don't do that. Image ads he also provides, and I just think that's something that you guys need to look at if you're considering Craigslist marketing. I'd like to take a look at the NAG right now, but Aurore, I don't think I'm going to be able to share my screen successfully. So we'll try to do that in the webinar if we have time to try it. I just shared with you the power of image ads. Your ads, image or written, should be created, inspire, and motivate. You got to educate the consumer about what's possible for them. You have to inspire them by the language in the message, and your ad should motivate them to what? To click here. Now, these ads are actual ads that I use, and I have them on Craigslist everywhere, and they're really working well. They're converting very, very well. And I didn't create them. I got them from Traffic Bananas. I just bought them, and I bought about 300 of them. Very, very inexpensive, and they convert like crazy. So it's actually a great thing to have in your arsenal. Image code. When you're using ads and you want to use, you have to have an href code. And so I put the href code there for you. But when you're going to make your ad clickable, and when your ad becomes clickable, you want the person to click on the image and you want them to be directed somewhere. So you want to make sure that you highlight the first information after href equals. You want to take the HTTP, whatever that is, from the first, I don't know what you call it, I'm sorry, from the first quotation mark to the end quotation mark. You want to take that out and put your website in there, your landing page. So I'm giving you guys image code so that you can use it for your ads when you're marketing. Okay, and I put a little description what HTML, because people have asked me, what does HTML mean? I don't know. But I found the definition, and if it helps someone, there it is. Craigslist posting preparation. Okay, the first thing you want to posting on Craigslist is you want to create an email account just for your Craigslist posting. You want to open a Craigslist account and you want to have a phone number that's local to that area, because Craigslist is going to verify that number and they will activate the account. Then you want to begin to post 3 ads to that account every 48 hours only in your local areas. And if I could share my screen, I would show you that in Craigslist, for instance, I live in Cleveland, Ohio. So if I wanted to post an ad in Cleveland, I could, But Craigslist also shows you what your local area is, and normally it's within a tri-state area. So when people think about, local area, if they don't really do their due diligence, they'll think that they can only post in a couple of cities around theirs. But you can actually post in several cities and perhaps a tri-state area from the city that you live in. Here's a Craigslist posting strategy. Every time you post an ad in Craigslist, even before you do, you have to clear your browser. You have to clear your cookies, clear your history, everything, because each time you post, you want Craigslist to not recognize you from the last time that you posted. So you're going to have to run CCleaner before and each ad posting. You want to create your image ad. For that, you can use Jing to capture it, or you can use some done-for-you image ads. You want to upload your images to Craigslist Ad Tracker. You want to generate that code, that HTML code that we talked about in the last slide. You want to be able to change your capture page so that when people they go to your offer. And then you want to log into Craigslist or not. You don't have to really log into Craigslist to post an account, but you are going to have to log in to verify it, okay? And then you simply want to post your ad. Remember to exchange the information in the first set of quotation marks to your landing page, and then you publish it, and that's it. I'll take a moment here to say that it might seem like a lot to do this strategy, but really, once you learn how the strategy works, and there is a learning curve, then when you become organized, posting on Craigslist is very, very simple. Here's an interesting secret on how to post in multiple cities, paid or free. Again, you have to clear your cookies. You want to use CCleaner. You have to have a fresh IP address. Now, the question just came to me today about posting Craigslist if you live outside the United States. Well, Craigslist does have different countries, as their members, and they do allow posting in other countries. But the key is to change your IP address. And Hide My Ass is the best way to do that. It's very easy. So I would say try it, give it a shot, and see how it works, because a lot of our offers are United States specific. But if you live outside the United States, you still want to be able to take advantage of Craigslist. Again, it's 5 billion users every single month. You want to create a new email account per city. You have to have a phone verified account with your cell number. So let me say that again. You have to create a new email account per city, and you have to phone verify with your cell number. So if it's Gmail, when you create a new account, they want you to verify. And you can use your own cell phone for that. You have to create a new Craigslist account for each city. And for each new Craigslist account, when you're posting outside the city, you have to have a phone verified account. One of the secrets is, and we probably should have talked about that later on in the presentation, is that when you're posting in Craigslist, a lot of times we post in the jobs category, we post in the small biz category, and we post in the customer service category, because somehow we believe that people in those categories are looking for jobs, and they are. But in some cities, and especially some paid cities, okay, like Orlando, Florida, we want to post in the small biz section, but we have to pay for it, right? And a lot of other cities. But in Florida, their small biz section is kind of hidden. So when we find that small biz section, we can post there for free, but it still shows up in the sales section, and it shows up in the job section. So I really wish I could show you guys this on my screen, but there are ways to post for free and pay. Now, when you capture, we need to capture and convert our leads, okay? One of the things I wanted to show you how to do is create follow-up messages, but you have to have some. But you want to choose an autoresponder tool. Now, I'm in favor of Aweber because Craigslist likes Aweber. So I think Aweber is king and GVO is queen, but Gmail is free. I wanted to take a look at Gmail, but here's how it works. If you go to your Gmail, if you have When you go to settings, you want to set your vacation tool for away. When people go to your ad and click on it, they will then be directed to your email and Gmail, okay? And they will be given then a message directly from you that leads them to your offer. Now that's a really great ninja strategy because sometimes people click on ads and they see that it's an MLM or a BizOp, and they will flag your ad if that pisses them off. So you really want to lead them sometimes to your autoresponder, and Gmail could be used as an autoresponder. It's free. Give them a message leading to your offer. And by the time they go through the messaging and going to your offer, they've forgotten where your Craigslist ad was. And so that kind of minimizes the risk of you being flagged by somebody that doesn't like the fact that you're business. Now, I wanted to show you guys, this says Craigslist posting challenge. And I'd be willing to work with some of you, maybe, you know, after the seminar, but you want to be able to post 3 ads to your account in different cities 3 times a week on alternating days for 4 weeks. So it's a 30-day challenge, okay? You want to be able to post 3 ads on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday in your first week, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday your second week. And at the end of the month, you'll have 36 live ads, just those ads. But on alternate days, Craigslist allows you to add. So even as you're posting, you're renewing as well, which increases your live ads on Craigslist. Here's a question. What if my ad account or accounts get ghosted or flagged or put on hold? You simply just move on and create another account. It's very easy and very simple to do, and what you want to do is not get discouraged. You don't want to get discouraged when you're posting on Craigslist because that's what Craigslist wants you to do. Definitely, it's a black hat, marketing method. It's definitely one that's achievable and it's working for a lot of people. All right. Well, that's the end of the presentation, and I think we have about 15 minutes left if there are any questions. I want you guys to go to the website that I have here for your free bonus. Everything that we talked about, all the tools that we talked about in the presentation are absolutely at your disposal at dmotley.com/CA. Those are your bonuses. So thank you guys for your time, and I'll take any questions. Lydia says, is there a problem using the same number for the different accounts, especially since yes, it will be a problem. But here's what I've learned. When you change your IP address, when you clear your cache, and when you use phone verified accounts, you have to have phone verified accounts, and they're for purchase. And I have as well in the bonuses. It's called PVA Spot. PVA Spot has phone verified accounts that I think are not expensive, and they're a trusted source. A lot of people do sell PVA numbers, but you want to change your phone number for every single account you have. You only need about 5 or 6 accounts on Craigslist. That's going to generate you a lot of money, especially if you lead with an offer that's free. I call it a feeder offer, and CPAs are feeders, and it doesn't cost you anything to become an affiliate, and it doesn't cost anything to give their information. You're just collecting emails, or collecting phones, or collecting area codes, like for insurance companies, so they can improve their marketing, and then we get paid. Have you used Twilio for phone numbers? I never used Twilio for phone numbers, but I have done Twilio for something else. I think I bought something from Twilio for I think I wanted some leads or something for Twitter or something like that. But I know Twilio is a good resource, but I haven't looked into that. Does Craigslist ever unblacklist your email? To be honest with you, Latoya, I've had that happen one time, but I have so many accounts that it really doesn't matter to me. If they blacklist one of my accounts, I have about 15 accounts on Craigslist. If you use Firefox private browsing, do you need to clear your cookies? Yes, Ron, every time you need to clear your cookies. It should be a common practice. You need to clear your cookies and change your IP address. You also need to go into your tools and set your history, if you're in Firefox, to never, what is it? Never remember history. How much, let's see, how much do you spend on your marketing strategy per month? Well, my marketing strategy just doesn't consist of Craigslist, okay? So I don't spend a lot of money on Craigslist marketing except for the tools that I have. So I would think it's probably less than $75 a month and probably less than 50 with the tools that I have. There's some tools you just buy one time, PVA spot, you just buy the number. So once you have the phone verified accounts, that's really all you need. So to initially start, you probably want to have about $75 to $100 to purchase your tools, and monthly, I don't know, it's less than $75. Well, for each account, sometimes I do change the name, especially for my Gmail accounts. My name is D Motley, and I just didn't want so many D Motley names. But it doesn't matter for Gmail. Just the only thing they want is just to phone verify the account. Well, one of the things that I offer, which is a good CPA, I think for a lot of people starting out on Craigslist, is Project Payday. And I think I have a link to that as well in the bonus. Project Payday, I think, is really good. It doesn't cost anything to become a member. And I get paid $1.50, well, probably $1.75 now for each time somebody puts in their email address. So Project Payday. Well, I haven't really, I don't get on fuzzy for ZNZ, but a lot of people are making money. They're making money with, a lot of them. So the banner is at the bottom of my site, but it should also be in the bonuses as well. I don't know about ZNZ. I know there's a few people that are making money in ZNZ. They show their earnings online sometimes. Well, it doesn't take me long to set up per day anymore, okay? But first starting out, it's going to take you probably an hour and a half to 2 hours to really get used to your flow. It took me that long before I got used to the flow of Craigslist because a lot of things I had to learn, maybe 15, 20 ads. And I only post on Craigslist maybe about 3 or 4 times a week. I used to post every day, but I post maybe 3 or 4 times a week now because I do like to follow up with some of my leads. I don't follow up with all of them because I get too many. How often do I change the images? I don't change the images. Once my ads are posted, I don't change them. Or my banners, I don't use banners in Craigslist, but if that's what you're asking, yeah. When you get ghosted on Craigslist, you lose heart a little bit, but I'd say just create another account, keep it moving. I don't promote a lot of products, Ron, but we can talk about that offline. I don't think I'm not looking for leads here. I'm just looking for, because if I tell you what I'm promoting and what I'm making money at, then this was a few years ago, and it was a time I could not find a lot of training. Yeah, there wasn't a lot of training on Craigslist. People were talking about it in a way that wasn't very effective to online marketers. But now I think it's really great. Once you learn it, it's really good. Here's a guy that I really like because he's comical, and he really is an authority on Craigslist. Michelangelo Lopez. He is so comical, but he is so strategic and very, very smart when it comes to marketing. How often can you repost any ad? Well, you only repost ads once they expired, okay, on Craigslist. So let's say you got ads on Craigslist and they stick, then every 4 or 5 days, no, once they expire, because your ads stay live for about 30 to 45 days, paid or free, okay? Once your ads expire, then you can repost them. So you can repost at any time once they're expired. Now you renew every few days. Yes, you can promote any biz op. You can promote any biz op. You can promote, what I found just for me, I have to lead with a CPA offer. My testing showed that people, if they're going to consider making money online, they want to consider something for free first. And so if they're going to consider something for free, I might as well make a little money, while they're trying it out. So yes, you can promote any biz op, and I like to lead with as close to free as possible which is why I promote CPAs. I just want people's emails, or I want their phone numbers, or I want their zip codes for other companies, and those companies pay me, which finances my marketing. You guys asked a lot of good questions, but I hope that would be good to know how. CPA is cost per action. No, I don't get paid for selling leads. I get paid to collect emails. So when somebody goes to my ad on Craigslist and they click on it, and they'll see a capture page, you know, they put in their email. That email, a project payday, that they have an email, and then I get paid. And they put it on my little card. I should have showed you this card that they put it on. It's really good. It's really good. Yes, with Project Payday or with any CPA offer. But I like Project Payday because they've been around for a very long time, and they're rated very high with the Better Business Bureau. So I like them. Well, no, Project Payday can pay you with PayPal, but what I like is for them to put the money directly on the little, kind of like a debit card that they send you, and it's free. So I like that because then I can just buy stuff with it. Now, I'm not able to share the screen, Aurora. I think it's my computer's kind of locked up now. It's not letting me do it. But I think, if we want to get together at some other time in the future, we can, maybe the three of us or the people that are still in the room, we can get together and do it if we find. Perhaps we could do a hangout or something like that. That might. I can hear you.
Okay, awesome. Lydia is going to take over and finish off the webinar. And yes, indeed, she did a fantastic job. So Lydia, if you can hear us.
I loved it. I loved it. I loved the webinar.
So thank you, everybody. Sorry for the quality of the sound. It seems that Dee had some issues with the weather where she lives. And next time we will have another webinar again. So thank you so much for being here. Dee, you were awesome as usual. So thank you very much, everybody. We can't really hear Lydia properly. So I'm going to close the webinar and take care. Bye-bye.